Is swimming good for you? Well, if you do it correctly. There's a big difference between this and this. The Pilates swimming exercise. It is an advanced exercise for a reason, and a lot of people get back pain when they try to do this exercise. There is a good reason for it. You need to go through the strengthening steps to be able to do this exercise correctly. What's happening right here is I'm using all my back extensors to lift up the legs and the arms as high as possible. This is a full mobilization exercise, which means you had to open up at the front, releasing the abdominal muscles and take them into a stretch in order for the back extensors to go into a maximum activation. But the correct way of strengthening is stabilize first, then mobilize. In the beginner's version, we focus a lot on the core because they are the stabilizers. And since the stabilizers run all the way around your body like a corset, we need to create balance between the back extensors and the abdominals. They need to activate the same strength. And then you try to add the arms and the legs. For that, your spine needs to be in neutral. I'm lying very relaxed, prone on my stomach. And you can see that the curvature of the lower back is a bit out of alignment if you think of a neutral spine. And the little bit extra extension on the lower back is because the pelvis is in an anterior tilt where the hip bones and the pubic bone is resting on the mat. The core is not completely in balance. The TA and the abdominals are doing less than what the multifidus is doing. We need to create a neutral spine while lying down. I'm going to move in and out of neutral, and it might look like I'm either trying to lift up my bum, therefore doing hip flexion, or I'm taking a very deep breath and my back is rising up. But truly, what I'm doing is I'm tilting the pelvis posteriorly to put more pressure on the pubic bone so the hip bones start to float off the ground. Here the abdominals and the TA is now activated, the same strength as the multifidus. To give you proof of what I'm doing, I'm going to use the Biofeedback Stabilizer. This is an amazing tool to have in your toolbox, especially with new clients. You can physically show them what their bodies are doing. Where is the correct position? This shows the client that your eyes are trained the same way that the Biofeedback Stabilizer is working, immediately creating trust. It does exactly what the name is saying. It shows you the strength of your stabilizers. And they've got a very handy little manual where you can test different stabilizers in different positions, so you can see how strong your stabilizers are. One of the exercises in the manual is the prone stabilization test, showing you where is prone neutral. The manual says, place the 3-chamber pressure cell under the abdomen and inflate to a baseline of 70 millimeters of mercury. Draw abdominal wall up and in without moving the spine or pelvis. Pressure should decrease 6 to 10 milliliters of mercury. Now I know the gauge is a little bit out of focus, but the meter is ranging between 70 and 60. 70, relaxed spine, and going down to 60 with the activated neutral. I've now prepared to do the swimming. Firstly, I'm going to do the leg lift with stabilization, starting in neutral at 60. You can barely see my legs lifting at this stage. And here I'm doing it without stabilization. The gauge goes up about 40, showing that there's no more stabilization and the mobilizers took over. If you thought that this was a pro tip that can help your clients, please make sure to like, share, subscribe and put on the notification bell so you can receive my next video.